Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Well, guys, today I am hanging out with a local legend, the hammock man, Marvin Grant. Marvin, what are you working on right now?
I'm just starting a hammock. This is the dual-core size. It's the number 13. It's a large hammock. It's supposed to take me 2 hours to get it done. But if I rush and if I stand here, I can get it done in about an hour and a half.
Gotcha. And we were talking about this earlier, but you've been doing this for 31 years?
31 years in this building, total 32 years altogether. I did a year and a half at the main company when I first started. And how I got over here, I replaced a man named Primus Washington, who was doing it for close to 70 years.
Oh my gosh.
I replaced him.
70
And I've been here ever since. I came in this building July the 5th of 1993.
And how many hammocks have you made?
25,301. I have proof. I got it written down. Every month, I add up what I made for that month, and I continue to work that for the last 31 years.
What's made you continue doing this for 31 years?
It's an easy job, and I like talking to people.
That's a simple way to put it, I guess.
A lot of people come in and ask me different questions, or what's wrong with their hammock, how can they fix it, how can they clean it, different parts. I explain it to them exactly how to do it.
You also like teaching kids, right?
Well, a lot of kids that come here and ask me, can they try it? And those are the ones I get along with. The kids who like to talk. The kids who talk, those are the ones I teach them how to make part of a hammock. The beginning of the hammock and the ending of the hammock. Those are the ones I can teach. I show them twice. Their job is to finish it.
Yeah.
I tell them, you make it, you take it.
Oh, I see. All right, so can you walk me through some of the basics in terms of hammock making? You were saying that it isn't exactly weaving, right?
It's not. The weaving is the beginning of the hammock.
Okay.
That's the outer edges. This is the weaving part. These is made up ahead of time because this is the beginning.
Gotcha.
Now, once you get that started, we can weave the hammock to begin it. But once we get this begin, this is called a shuttle. We need it takes me 2.5 of these to make a hammock.
Okay.
If I use the ball and the shuttle combined, I'm looking at a faster time. Now, say I can't use that ball. It's gonna take me close to 2 hours to get this hammock done. Because I got to stop and add on and put another one on. Now, the last part of the hammock is the part I like to do.
Oh, why?
Because when you get it home, I tell the little girls, you can decorate it. You can have seashells, beads, turn into wind chime. It's up to you how you want to do it.
Yeah.
That's why I tell the kids, you make it, you take it.
You make it, you take it.
I'll show you how to do it once. Well, I can show you twice, but see, I'm not going to teach the kid. It don't work that way.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I show the parent. I get the parent to show their kid how to make that top piece. Because see, I tell a lot of kids, your friends at home don't know me, but they know your mother, father, grandmother, auntie, or whoever you come in this door with, they know them. So I'm going to teach that person how to do this, so that person's going to teach you. This way, when you get home and you tell somebody you made this yourself, they cannot say you lied.
Yeah.
You got proof.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. We got a hot topic today. Hot and cold, how to keep dogs nice and cool,
Yes.
or warm and toasty.
That's right.
Joyelle, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you for stopping by today.
Yes.
Give me some tips.
Sure. So right now, as you know, we are in a heat wave. So it's very, very hot for our dogs. So primarily, you need to pay attention to how hot the ground is. When the temperature is around 80 degrees, your asphalt is about 115.
Not fun.
Not fun at all. So what that actually can do is to burn blisters on the bottoms of your dog's feet. So it's very, very important. Top of the line, you need to make sure it's not too hot. Unfortunately, I see people walking their dogs in the heat of the day all the time. And I continue to say, it is too hot outside, what are you doing? So it's really, really important because those blisters, it just creates very much blisters on the bottoms of their feet, and it can really damage their feet. So really be mindful of that. Walk in the earlier morning times or in the later evening times, okay?
Gotcha.
Also provide enough water. So if you have outside dogs, which I don't recommend having dogs in the heat of the day outside, but if it's not possible, make sure you provide them enough shade and you bring them in when you're able, provide enough water for them. Now, going to cold. So it's really important, again, to take care of your dog's feet. Lots of times people throw out the ice melt or the salt to help prevent any slipping and sliding. That also can damage your paw's feet as well because it gets into their paws and then they'll lick it and it contains all those chemicals that are dangerous for dogs. So it's really important that you wipe their feet off, clean them off. Again, providing enough water and enough food for them. If it's super cold outside, bring them inside or in a warm area. If they happen to be outside, provide a home for them that's a little bit raised up off the ground. Put some shavings or something like that in there so they're not laying directly on the ground. It's very, very important.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Shedding. And do you have any tips? Because I've heard that it's not good to shave dogs
Sure.
because it messes up their coats. Is that true?
Oh, so I would definitely say talk to your groomer about that, but there are tools that you can use. There's like a de-shedder. It's really important because you need to at least brush your dog to get all of the excess hair off of them, especially during the winter months. They're gonna blow their coat anyway.
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined by Quadre Stuckey. We're talking about beautiful, beautiful artwork with a rich cultural heritage. How are you doing?
I'm amazing. I'm blessed. Happy to be here. Thank you for having me today.
We're gonna do a lot of fun stuff, but first I wanna get to know you a little bit.
Okay.
I want you to kind of walk me through your creative process when it
All right.
comes to this.
So when it comes to my creative process with the artwork, I like to visualize what I'm going to do first in my mind, and then I like to, draw it or sketch it on the canvas. And then once I sketch it on the canvas, I like to add that paint to bring it to life.
And you have quite a history.
Yes.
Why did you get into art in the first place?
I would say art is like my God-given talent. It wasn't something I had to try hard with. It was something that would naturally come to me that just kind of flows easy. So I wanted to use that and share my gift with the world.
I would say that when you look at your art, I was taking a look at your portfolio, and
Yes.
a lot of it is so striking.
Yes.
You have such a unique look.
Yes.
How would you describe your art, though?
I mean, I would describe my art as kind of like a mixture between like contemporary pop art and then low country Gullah lifestyle series. That's what I say, because that's our history and rich culture in Charleston, South Carolina, where I'm from. So it's about that Gullah lifestyle, maintaining the culture and the heritage. So I'm just telling the story through my artwork.
Why is that important to you?
I feel like it's important because if you don't tell your own story, somebody else will tell your story and control your narrative. So it's better for you to keep your own history and pass it down to the generations to come, like your grandkids, your great grandkids, and your children, to let them know where they came from and what you did to make it here where you're at today.
And how does it feel whenever people see your art for the first time?
It feels amazing because, with artwork, it speaks to everybody different. You know what I'm saying? People get happy, people get excited, people get, filled with joy. So, I mean, me inside, that's just a good, heartwarming feeling that I feel every time that people see it, experience it, and then they just love it and fall in love with it.
And what would you say is the toughest part of the process for you?
The toughest part of the process was, I'd probably say, selling it because, these are like my kids, and then somebody wants to buy it, you gotta let it go and then not look back. But, at the same time, I could just paint another one.
And speaking of If someone is interested in purchasing your art or taking a look,
Yes.
how can they do that?
Well, they could go online to my website, www.quaddesigns.net, or they could go onto my nonprofit site, www.gullah-Geechee-Family-Foundation.com, purchase the artwork.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Quadre. I
Yes.
appreciate you visiting me today.
Definitely.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Great to be here with you today and share something that is very important to us, and that's Project Golf. I'm Gary Shaw, and I want to share with you some enthusiasm I've got for the program since I was here with it when it started in 2018. We were a nonprofit given birth by our parent company, Golf Tourism Solutions, which has been driving golf in Myrtle Beach for 5 or 6 decades. And they looked up a couple years ago and said, we are bringing a lot of people into Myrtle Beach. We call ourselves the golf capital of the world. From the Rust Belt all the way up into New England, out west, people are coming to Myrtle Beach. But they said, just a minute, we've kind of ignored this exploding metropolis of Myrtle Beach of residents, locals. So they said, why don't we let's find somebody that can run this nonprofit. We want to bring the game to our disabled veterans, our underserved youth, and the beginners. So we'll grow the game, and we'll take the game to these golfers. We'll try to remove barriers that are in the way of their playing, and the biggest one was access and instruction. So we started with our beginners, and then we morphed into working with a disabled veteran under a program subsidized by the PGA of America called PGA Hope. HOPE is an acronym standing for Helping Our Patriots Everywhere. I was asked to start it up because I somewhat fit the mold. I'm a veteran and a PGA member, and I served as the PGA's president for a term back in the 90s. So we got started off, and we found out the VA was very cooperative. They were pipelining all the veterans to us, and in no time at all, our classes became full. We can teach about 20, 22 veterans at a time, men and women, all with disabilities, some passive, some very visible. And we feel like we're doing some good, and we're getting these veterans back into society, and they're doing a good job of engaging with other veterans to play golf. And we're finding the same thing with the beginners. And we haven't quite developed a full-fledged junior program, but we know that's going to be the case, where we'll remove barriers to their getting into the game. And the PGA told us when we started PGA Hope, if you're anything like the other chapters around the country, you're going to save lives. And I thought to myself, as the executive director, that's a bit of a stretch. How do you save lives through golf? And after these 5 years now, Angel and I will agree that we are saving lives. We hear it from the veterans, we hear it from the veteran spouse, and we hear it from the veteran's family. So it's a great program. They're telling us how much at the end of the classes when they graduate after 6 weeks, what value it has to them, and that value is engagement with family and community. So we feel real good about it. And I would throw in on the statistics, the metrics from the PGA of America is that there are about 160 chapters in the country, and the Carolinas leads the country in registrations and graduations, and Myrtle Beach leads the Carolinas. So we're real happy about the visibility we've received. And as a nonprofit, of course, our goal is to seek funding. So that's our next real initiative, is to turn up the heat on getting donations.
So as Gary was saying, the impact that we're making on our community is huge. We're creating a community of golfers, and our golfers are overcoming obstacles, improving their social, mental, and physical well-being. You know, with 22 veterans committing suicide each day, golf has changed their life, and in some cases, it's saved their lives. You know, some of them struggle 7 days a week, but for those 2 hours a day, they're coming out here and they're not thinking about those struggles. And because we're helping them with their abilities, and they're forgetting about their disabilities. And so if you guys would like to help us, please visit us at projectgolf.org and learn a little bit more about what we do and how you can support.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.